What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. And just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton if you're looking for my best bets. The games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure that you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Now, we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. We did have a pretty good day with the home run props on Monday. Hit a few winners. But we'll do a recap of the plays we did hit very shortly. But I want to remind everybody, these plays, these home run props are very high risk, high reward. They are not plays that I recommend anybody dump their whole bankroll into. They are just plays that are there for some fun, to have some pizza money or some coffee money on the side, just to have a sprinkle here and there. Now, you don't have to play every single play that I give out on the show. There will be a fair number of plays today. But you don't have to play, like I said, every single one. But the ones that you do play, I do recommend playing them straight up. But I do know that some people like to parlay these home run props. So what I recommend is, if it's within your means and your book offers it, if you bet any parlay, any home run parlay, 3 legs or more, I recommend doing a round robin. It gives you a safety net in case one of the legs doesn't hit. I mean, we've all had that 3 or 4 leg parlay, sometimes even more, where one leg messes the whole thing up, and because we didn't have a round robin, we kind of get shafted. We don't get paid. But if you have a round robin, say you do a 3-leg parlay and you hit 2 out of 3, well, you still get paid for something. And it's going to drive up the cost of the bet, but it's nice to have that safety net. I did a 3-leg parlay on Monday, round robin, still came out with a nice chunk of change, a nice amount of profit, and it's just within your best. It's in your best interest to do it, just so that you have something to fall back on. And hey, if you hit all 3 legs of the parlay, not only do you hit the 3-leg parlay, but you also hit each combination of 2 as well. So definitely something that you want to make sure that you look into when you're betting home run pop parlays if you can. But let's take a look at the plays that we did hit on Monday. We started things off with Jesus Sanchez. He came through for us with a nice payday at plus 500. Ezekiel Duran also came through at plus 550. As did Shohei Ohtani with that bat flip home run against the Yankees at plus 270. Also had Heimer Candelario. He was questionable. I said it would be an official play if he did go. There was no price on him at the time, but he did come through for us, as did Eugenio Suarez at plus 600. So 3 plus money payouts on the show yesterday of a plus 500 or greater. So definitely a great day with the home run props. Now, we will get into Tuesday's action in just a second, but I want to let everybody know I love interacting with you guys. So let me know in the comments section below. Do you like the angle I took on some of these games? Do you not like the angle? Do you have player props of your own? Like I said, let me know. But if you're going to drop player props of your own, and I hope you do, because some of the ones that you guys have been putting in there have been absolute fire. I've been putting a couple bucks on a couple of the plays as well. If you're going to drop them in there, please make sure they're in there before the games start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't help anybody. And we're trying to beat the books as a team here at Pickdawgz. One team, one goal, and that goal every single day is to get us paid, whether it's sides, spreads, money lines, totals, player props, you name it. Money making is the name of the game, and I think we're going to be having a great day on Tuesday with these home run props. So let's get right into it. We're going to start things off with the matchup between the Phillies and the Brewers, and I'm going to go with JT Realmuto for a home run here at plus 400. I'm loving the home runs in this Phillies-Brewers game. Realmuto, he's put up 3 home runs or the 320 batting average in July against right-handed pitching. Now, Julio Teheran for the Brewers really regressed in recent starts. He's allowed 6 home runs in his last 2 road starts, including 4 home runs in his last road start against the Mets. So give me JT Realmuto for a home run at plus 400. I'm also looking at Kyle Schwarber for a homer at plus 220. He's hitting 258 with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching in the month of July. And in his career against Julio Teheran, Kyle Schwarber hitting 417 with a pair of extra base hits. So give me Kyle Schwarber for a homer at plus 220. I'm also going to be looking at Bryce Harper at plus 330. He's got an extensive career history with Julio Teheran from Harper's time with the Nationals and Teheran's time as a Brave. Harper hitting 404 with 12 of his 19 career hits, going for extra bases, including 9 home runs in those 12 extra base hits as well. So give me Bryce Harper for a home run at plus 330. I'm also going to go with Trey Turner for a home run at plus 510. He's hitting 400 with a home run in his career against Tehran. So give me Trey Turner for a homer at plus 510. I'm also leaning towards Nick Castellanos for a home run for the Phillies. Not strong enough to make it an official play here, but just a lean on Castellanos. He has 3 home runs in July against righties. For the Brewers, I'm going to take Christian Yelich for a homer at plus 460. Aaron Nola starting for the Phillies today. He has really struggled with the long ball. He's given up a home run in 16 of his 19 starts this season, and in 14 of his last 15 starts, including six home runs in his last 3 outings total. Christian Yelich, in his career against Aaron Nola, hitting .333 with a home run, and in July against right-handed pitching, he's hitting .364 with 3 home runs, 6 extra base hits. So give me Christian Yelich for a home run at plus 460. I'm also going to look at Willy Adames for a home run at plus 350. He's hitting .243 with a pair of home runs, 6 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. So give me Willy Adames for a home run at plus 350. I'm also going to look at this matchup between the Dodgers and the Orioles. I'm going to go with Mookie Betts for a home run at plus 320. Betts is just in one of those grooves right now. It's really hard to go against him. He's hitting .366 with 3 home runs, 7 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. Now, Tyler Wells has been one of the more reliable options that the Orioles have had on the mound, but he has still been prone to giving up home runs. He's allowed 8 home runs in his last 7 starts. And I'm going to side with Mookie Betts in that matchup. So give me Mookie Betts for a homer at plus 320. I'm also going to look at Freddie Freeman for a home run at plus 480. He's hitting .314 with a pair of home runs, 7 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. Now, I'm going to take Freddie Freeman. I'm also going to take J.D. Martinez at plus 360. He's hitting 4 home runs with a .256 batting average in July against right-handed pitching. So I'll take J.D. Martinez for a homer at plus 360. For the Orioles, I'm going to go with Gunnar Henderson at plus 430. Now, Michael Grove starting for the Dodgers today. He's kept the ball in the yard in a couple of his recent outings, but I still know what Grove is fully capable of, and those, expectations are not great. Gunnar Henderson hitting .261 with 3 home runs, 4 extra base hits total in July against right-handed pitching. So give me Gunnar Henderson for a home run at plus 430. I'm also going to be looking at Adley Rutschman for a home run at plus 650. He's hitting .333 with a pair of homers and 4 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. So give me Adley Rutschman for a home run at plus 650. Also going to be looking at Anthony Santander at plus 280. He's hitting .308 with a pair of homers and 6 extra base hits in July against righties. Been one of the more reliable Baltimore bats as of late against righties. So give me Anthony Santander at plus 280. I'm also leaning towards Adam Frazier as well because we're probably going to get some nice prices on him. He's still tied for the team lead in July with 3 homers against righties. But I just like other players like Henderson, Rutschman, and Santander better in this matchup. For the San Diego Padres in this matchup against the Blue Jays standalone play, I'm going to go with Manny Machado for a homer at plus 390. He's hitting .409 with 5 home runs against right-handed pitching in his last 9 games. Now, Alek Manoah starting for Toronto here. And while Manoah had a great return, he did struggle at home before being sent down to the minors with an ERA close to 9 and consistently gave up homers. I think that, Manoah probably hopefully he has a nice bounce-back start here. But I think with Machado's form in July, it just makes it really hard to go against him at this price. So I'm going to take Manny Machado for a homer at plus 390. I'm also going to look at, for the Blue Jays, Whit Merrifield at plus 800. This is a fantastic price on Merrifield. Now, Joe Musgrove hasn't allowed a lot by way of home runs, but Merrifield is just on an absolute tear, hitting .355, 4 home runs, 5 extra base hits in his last 9 games against right-handed pitching. So I'm going to take a shot on Whit Merrifield at plus 800. I'm also going to take Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at plus 475. I think the home run tear is going to start for Vladdy, in the second half of the season. The home run derby win and then homering in the first game back. He's hitting .273 with 4 extra base hits in his last 9 games against right-handed pitching. This is a massive series for Toronto. Big-time players make big-time plays, and I like Vladdy to get one here. I think there's also a lot of leans for me in this game with the Blue Jays and the Padres. Guys like Xander Bogaerts and Juan Soto. Bogaerts hitting .290 with 3 homers in July against righties as well. While for Toronto, Bo Bichette, Matt Chapman, George Springer, Brandon Belt all have a pair of home runs against right-handers in July with a 300 or better batting average as well. So just a few leans for me in that game as well. Going to go to this matchup between the New York Mets and the Chicago White Sox. And for the Mets, I'm going to roll with Francisco Lindor here at plus 450. He's hitting .393 with 3 home runs, 6 extra base hits total in July against right-handed pitching. Now Lucas Giolito, he's been shaky in his last couple of recent starts for the White Sox, but he's still allowed, decent in his last couple of starts for the White Sox, but he's still allowed a home run in 5 of his last 6 starts, 6 home runs total in that stretch. So I think there's great value on Francisco Lindor at plus 450. I'm also going to take Francisco Alvarez at plus 500. He's hitting 4 home runs with a 316 batting average against right-handed pitching in July. So give me Francisco Alvarez for a homer at plus 500. I'm also going to look at Luis Robert at plus 450. He's still the only White Sox bat I really trust against right-handed pitching right now, hitting 355 with 3 home runs, 7 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. Carlos Carrasco, he's been a lot better in recent starts for the Mets, but he has a lot of home run in 6 of his last 7 starts and 7 total home runs over that stretch. So give me Luis Robert for a home run at plus 450. And I'm going to go to this matchup between the Braves and the Diamondbacks. I'm going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. for a home run at plus 300. Zach Davies, for me, has been the weak link of this Diamondbacks rotation. I still think it's time he gets moved to the pen or DFA'd, but not before we make some money against him today. Ronald Acuna Jr., a pair of home runs and 3 extra base hits with a 321 batting average against righties since the 4th of July. So give me Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 300. All these Braves are going to be basically going back since the 4th of July. Ozzie Albies hitting 370 with a pair of home runs and 4 extra base hits since July 4th. Plus 410 on Ozzie Albies. I'll take it. Matt Olson, I'm also going to take a plus 260. He's hitting 345 with a homer and 3 extra base hits against righties since July 4th. So Matt Olson at plus 260. And Sean Murphy at plus 360. He's got a team-high 3 home runs, a 294 batting average against righties since the 4th of July. So Sean Murphy is going to be a play here for me at plus 360. Now let me know in the comments down below if you guys are playing on any Diamondbacks in this game. I mean, Arizona's offense has really cooled off. They've lost 8 of 10 coming into this series. I love the D-backs as much as the next guy, and I wonder if they could get one off of Bryce Elder, who did struggle in his last start, but nothing really stood out for me. Let me know what you guys are thinking if you're making any plays on the Diamondbacks in that game. But before we get to the last few home run props of Tuesday's action, I want to remind everybody, obviously the purpose of this home run prop show is to put some money in your pocket by ways of picking out home run prop winners, but it's also to highlight and show you guys the benefits of using the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. These tools are 100% free. They're there for you to use. You know, that's where we get the graphics directly from, are the betting tools at this at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. They show you the player prop. They show you how often it hits, whether it's a 5-game sample size, 10-game size, or even all games this season. And they show you which sports book is giving you the best possible price. Now, the nice thing is if you don't have an account with the book that's giving you the best price, you get to click on that price. You head to that sports book. You join, you get a sportsbook bonus offer on us, and not only do you get to play that best possible price with that sportsbook bonus, but you also add to your advantage over the books, which they can't take away from you, which is your ability to shop lines and find the best possible number. There are also other betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place, depending on your betting style. You know, there's a streaks tool if you like betting hot and cold streaks. There's parlay builders if you're a parlay bettor. There's profitable teams, profitable angles, profitable underdogs. The list goes on and on. I could probably do a show every single day for at least an hour just picking out winners from these betting tools and just showing you how extensive they are. But with all of us having a different style and different way that we like to bet things, I think it's just better if everyone heads over to pickdawgz.com, sportschatplace.com, play with these betting tools yourselves, format them to how you like to bet, and definitely check them out. I promise you will not regret it. But let's get into the last few home run props for Tuesday's action. Going to go to this matchup between the Cardinals and the Marlins, and I'm going to go with Nolan Arenado for a home run at plus 450. He's hitting 371 with 4 home runs, 10 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. Now, Edward Cabrera, he is making his return to the Marlins rotation, his first start in over a month. But the last 3 home runs Cabrera has allowed have all come on the road. So give me Nolan Arenado for a homer at plus 450. I'm also going to take Wilson Contreras for a home run at plus 550. He's hitting 435 with a pair of home runs, 4 extra base hits against right-handed pitching in July. So give me Wilson Contreras for a homer at plus 550. I also have leans towards Nolan Gorman, Lars Nootbaar, Brendan Donovan, Paul Goldschmidt, all guys with decent numbers right now for the Cardinals, but nothing overly strong for me outside of Arenado and Contreras. But let me know in the comments if you guys are making any plays on the Marlins in this game against Jordan Montgomery's. The only concern for me was that the Marlins don't have a huge sample size against left-handed pitching in July. So, again, let me know if you guys are making any plays in that game. But let's move on to this matchup between the Cubs and the Nationals. And I'm going to go with a couple of Cubs here. I'm going to go first off with Ian Happ for a home run at plus 500. He's hitting 385 with a home run in July against left-handed pitching. Patrick Corbin, he's starting to regress after a decent start to 2023. He's been inconsistent. He had a great start last time out, but again, he's alternated good starts and bad starts. And if you're believing that kind of pattern, it probably means he's due to get rocked a little bit here. He's allowed 6 home runs in his last 6 starts, including 4 homers in his last 3 road starts. So give me Ian Happ for a home run at plus 500. I'm also going to look at Cody Bellinger for a homer at plus 510. He's hitting .467 with a pair of home runs against left-handed pitching in the month of July. So give me Cody Bellinger for a homer at plus 510. I really want to make a play with the Nationals against Jameson Taillon, but nothing jumping off the page at me with the Nationals. So let me know in the comments section, if you guys are making any plays on Washington here, with Taillon giving up 8 homers in his last 6 starts. But let's move on to the matchup between the Rangers and the Tampa Bay Rays. I was blanking for a second with who they were playing. I'm going to go with Adolis Garcia for a home run at plus 320. He's hitting 4 home runs, 8 extra base hits with a 302 batting average in July against right-handed pitching. Taj Bradley really struggled in recent outings for the Rays, posting an ERA just under 12 in his last 3 starts, 7 home runs total, and allowing a home run in 4 straight outings. So give me Adolis Garcia for a home run at plus 320. I'm also going to look at Corey Seager for a homer at plus 360. He's hitting .417 with 3 home runs, 8 extra base hits total in July against right-handed pitching. So give me Corey Seager for a homer at plus 360. I was also leaning towards Josh Young and Nate Lowe, both who have a pair of home runs and 6 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching, as well as Jonah Heim hitting .324 with a homer in July. Travis Jankowski also hitting .414 with a home run in July. Tons of options for Texas I like there. But let me know if you guys are making any plays on either Texas or Tampa Bay in this game. I also like Salvador Perez for a home run against the Detroit Tigers. The only play I like from that Royals-Tigers game. Purely a matchup play for me there is Perez, 7 for 16 with a .438 batting average in other terms. Against Tariq Skubal, 5 of those 7 hits have gone for extra bases for Perez, including 3 home runs. But again, no price on Salvador Perez. He is questionable with a hamstring injury, so it hasn't been announced if he's going to play. But I would lean towards Salvador Perez if he ends up getting the nod. Would be an official play for me. Our last game of the day that we like here is this match between the Yankees and the Angels. It's just going to be one play on each side for me. The first play is going to be Giancarlo Stanton at plus 295. He's crushing left-handed pitching as of late, hitting .444 with a pair of home runs, 3 extra base hits in July against lefties. Patrick Sandoval, mediocre lefties, allowed 12 home runs in his last 2 starts at home. I look for Stanton to bomb away on Sandoval here, so give me Giancarlo Stanton for a homer at plus 295. I'm also going to take Shohei Ohtani to round things out on the other side at plus 280. He's hitting .303 with 4 home runs, 6 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. Domingo Germán, one of the weaker starters the Yankees have right now. And Ohtani has picked up right where he left off, homering with a bat flip on Monday. I like him again here. I'm going to go with Shohei Ohtani at plus 280. Now, I was leaning towards Mickey Moniak and Mike Moustakas for a sprinkle as well, with Moniak hitting .382 with a pair of home runs in July against right-handed pitching. Moustakas still 3 home runs in July against righties. Now, there are other games that we didn't talk about, and if you guys have plays on those, again, you feel free to drop them in the comment section. Games like, the Red Sox and the A's, and there's a couple other, Houston and Colorado. The problem is that there were no prices out for those games because the starting pitching matchup has not been solidified. There are other games I just flat out didn't like the Guardians and Pirates, the Twins and Mariners. I feel could be a pitcher's duel. So my thoughts on those. But again, if you guys have plays, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. But let's do a recap of the plays that I gave out here on for Tuesday's action. I'm going to go to start off with this matchup between the Phillies and the Brewers, and I'm going to start with JT Realmuto at plus 400. Also going to go with Kyle Schwarber for the Phillies at plus 220. Bryce Harper at plus 330. And Trey Turner at plus 510. Also lean towards Nick Castellanos for the Phillies. For the Brewers, Christian Yelich at plus 460. And Willy Adames at plus 350. For the Los Angeles Dodgers, Mookie Betts at plus 320. Freddie Freeman at plus 480. JD Martinez at plus 360. For the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson at plus 430. Adley Rutschman at plus 650. And Anthony Santander at plus 280. Lean towards Adam Frazier as well in that game. For the Toronto Blue Jays, or excuse me, for the San Diego Padres against the Toronto Blue Jays, I'm going to go with Manny Machado for a homer at plus 390. For the Toronto Blue Jays, Whit Merrifield at plus 800. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at plus 475. I like a lot of leans for the Blue Jays in that game and the Padres as well. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that, just jump back a few minutes and check out that Padres and Blue Jays synopsis. I give out the leans right after Guerrero Jr. For the Mets, Francisco Lindor at plus 450. And Francisco Alvarez at plus 500 with a lean towards Brandon Nimmo for the Mets as well. For the Chicago White Sox, Luis Robert at plus 450. Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 300. Ozzie Albies at plus 410. Matt Olson at plus 260. And Sean Murphy at plus 360. For the St. Louis Cardinals, Nolan Arenado at plus 450. And Wilson Contreras at plus 550. Also, a few leans towards Cardinals in that game. If you're interested in that, again, just scroll back a few minutes. You can find out who those leans are. For the Chicago Cubs, I'm going to go with Ian Happ at plus 500. And Cody Bellinger for a homer at plus 510. For the Texas Rangers, Adolis Garcia at plus 320. And Corey Seager at plus 360. So if you want to hear my leans on the Rangers in that game, make sure you just jump back a couple minutes closer to the end of the show where you can find out the leans on the Rangers if you're looking to play in that game. Also would make Salvador Perez an official play if you can find a price on it, but again, he is questionable with a hamstring injury. And the last couple plays on the board, one for the Yankees. The Giancarlo Stanton train keeps rolling at plus 295. And Shohei Ohtani at plus 280 to round things out with a couple leans towards the Angels just a couple of minutes ago. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Up over 135,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. Couldn't have done it without you guys' love and support. So thank you guys so much for that. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that like button. It really helps us out. It lets me know that you guys like this home run prop content and we can keep producing it for you. And if you haven't already, make sure you have notifications turned on. You'll be the first to be in the know when the content drops here at Pickdawgz. I understand this video coming out a little bit later in the afternoon on Tuesday, but sometimes we don't always have the luxury of all primetime baseball. I know Wednesday I'm going to try to get this video out as early as possible. We do have some afternoon baseball there as well. But if you have notifications turned on, you get notified as soon as this content drops. There are some times where it doesn't leave a whole lot of time between when the video is released and first pitch of an afternoon game. But if you have the notifications on, you get notified as soon as this video drops. You get to get the plays in as soon as you get the information. And you get to make the most of the full day of baseball. If not, fear not, there will be plenty of afternoon and evening action on the video as well. But yeah, I'm going to try to get that out for you as early as possible. Also, remember, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. And while you're at Pickdawgz or Sports Chat Place, check out these betting tools. They are 100% free. They're there for you to use. You're not going to find betting tools like this anywhere. And even if you find anything remotely close to half of what they're giving you, you're probably not going to be getting them for 100% free like we're giving them to you here. They are a great asset to have on your side. Great tool to have on your belt when you're making your best bets for the day's action. So I promise you guys, you won't regret it. Just make sure you're going over to Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place and check out these betting tools. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. Let's crush the books on Dinger Tuesday.